Hey there, RJB here from RJB TV, and welcome back to the channel. We have the after battle that happened right after the tag team battle with the two players who performed the worst in the tag team battle. Neither of these two players managed to really perform to their best. Actually, 4 of 8 took 0 wins in total. So let me just edit it there on the top. I gotta. While the replay won't play in single player mode. So something that happened today is that let me just tap out. Let me just give me a moment. I didn't expect this to happen. Gotta edit this really quick. Edit it really quick. So let me edit it really quick. I didn't expect this. Like, I started recording and I thought that everything would be just perfectly fine, but apparently it's not. So, score for both players there on the board. Gensay against 458. There on the top. It's a little bit off center. I don't know why it is a little bit off center. It makes no sense why it would be, but it is. Maybe I can fix it. There, it's fixed. Okay, let's get started with the match itself. I didn't expect that whenever I tapped out it would stop working, because I am watching the replay in single player mode, because my internet service provider said that there would be maintenance, so I'd have no internet. But they said the maintenance would end 4 hours ago. But here we are, 4 hours after that moment, and I still don't have any internet. So this is one of the first times that I'm recording using single player, so when I tap out, it just stops running, it just stops working, it stops. So I cannot tap out at any point. Usually I tap out here and there sometimes to fiddle with the settings a little bit, you know, that kind of stuff, or maybe do a quick little background check on whether the player I'm looking at is the player I'm looking at, or maybe I'm looking at, like, trying to find the replay on my channel. Maybe I've casted something before, like when something really familiar happens. There's a lot of little things that I sometimes do by tabbing out. And when you're online, when you're playing in multiplayer, and when you're watching replays in multiplayer, it doesn't stop the replay. In single player, apparently, it stops the replay from playing. So let's quickly check on the sound settings. Look at this. Even when I go into the menu, it stops playing the replay. Highly annoying, to me at least. Maybe not to you, but to me, that is a little bit annoying. So we have a double barracks refinery coming out here from Gensay. Went for barracks, supply depot barracks, whereas 458 is taking some risks here on a middle spawn, going for Nexus Forge into a choke. That is something that we don't often see from a middle spawn, because usually, when you're on a middle spawn, the traveling time for a Terran to attack you with Marines is so short that you honestly need a Zealot. You honestly need a Zealot to protect that front door. And look at this, we got a Marine and an SCV moving out, ready to attack. SCV goes north, Marine is going to go south. It's going to find the cannon in the choke there and try to stop it from happening. Maybe it will work. Wait, he's waiting in the front, he's not going for it. He's not going for it. This is very much unlike what I expected. Very much unlike what I expected, which means the cannon will finish up and will be operable and will be able to defend. Which is not too good for Gensay, because this means that 458 gets away with a somewhat cheaty build order. Like, he should not be able to get away with this, but he is. Marines are coming in late, double cannon in the front. We have probe there on the top, SCV on the top, Marines gonna run into their deaths. One of them goes down, gets hit by double cannon. And now Gensay knows what's happening, and he has an early academy. He's got Stim on the way, and Firebat's in production as well. He's going to get double Firebat and double Medic, and then try to run through the front, right over this section here. This is wide open. He can run right around the corner into the base and get his Firebats right out here, and then run for the probes in the back. Just watch it. That is exactly what he is going to do. 2 Firebats already on the way. Stim there almost finished up. Getting a second gas for his factory. He's going to follow up the push with a fast tank. Let's see if 458 is going to be adequately prepared to counter this move by Gensay. So scares the probe away to try and prevent 458 from getting in. and maybe spotting the fire bats. You got 4 fire bats and actually no medics. So I was expecting some medics, but he just wants to get 4 fire bats and run in through the front door. And there they go, running in. It's a home run, and there is pretty much nothing in the back to defend. He's got 1 Dragoon, 3 more on the way, but the probes are in danger. Probes are going to have to run to safety, but a lot of them are already dying. That's... Oh, you got 5. You've got more. How many did you get? How many did you get? Well, he's on 9 probes. He's on 9 probes. He had like 26, 27. He just leaves the game. Immediately dies. Very quick win there by Gensay. Looks like our friend 4v8 still does not get a chance to show off his skills. Still doesn't get a chance to. Which means we're going into game number 2 between these two. Because there's going to be more games between these two in this aftermath that happened right after. Both these players really wanting to prove that they've got what it takes. They've got what it takes. Because all they did in the best of set with the tag team battle was lose games. And these two players are allegedly the best 2 players from that tag team battle, but they definitely performed the worst. So, 4v8 here in the bottom corner on the Protoss, Gensay on the Terran on the top middle of the map. Honestly, I don't remember introducing either of them in the previous games. It is going to be a first. We're finally introducing them in the second game. That's an oversight on my part. I should have really just introduced them in the first one. But I got so distracted talking about my small little tiny first world inconveniences with my internet being down and the internet service provider not giving me a proper response. When I contacted them, they said, oh no, we're already done with the maintenance. And later they said, oh no, turns out we're not. So here I am, unable to do anything that I had to do with internet for today, because I really had to do some stuff with internet. But now I'm just, you know, kind of just wasting my time away, unable to do anything whatsoever because I need that goddamn internet. Same build order coming out here from Gensay. It's a barracks, supply depot, and then of course another barracks coming out very soon. 4v8 going for Nexus first, but he's in a corner spawn. It should not be a problem. Corner spawn Nexus, it's completely fine. The risks are very small, minuscule even. Almost no risks involved. So now the question of course becomes, what is our friend Gensay going to do here on the top? Is it going to be a double barracks or a triple barracks? It's going to go for early gas. It's going to be double barracks, okay? Double barracks, refinery on the top, academy coming in right about very soon. Right about very soon. He's going to scout with the SCV actually, and the 2 SCV scout going to... Oh, he's building a supply depot in the front actually. He thought about building it right here, but now he decided and changed his mind and is building it right there in the front. So gas there is operational. We need an academy very, very soon. Double barracks finished up. Canning them up there in the front for 458. Should be fine, completely fine. It's a little bit more difficult to walk through this choke than the other one. These cannons cover more service area behind the choke than the other game. The last game, the cannons did not really provide much protection at all. Gateway there coming up. Cyber core should be coming up right after the gate finishes up. Double assimilator on the way. And a very quick factory from Gensay. And no academy, which leads me to believe Gensay is going to go for a very fast factory build order and switch over into vultures and tanks. And keep a very small amount of marines on the map to mostly control the flow of information. I'm going to try to keep the probe away. Probe runs away. So the probe not going to get in. No information going to be acquired. Bunker coming up in the front. Factory almost finished up. No command center there yet. So that means that I smell a very aggressive opener here from Gensay. I smell a very aggressive opener from Gensay. Is he going to go for a double factory or go for a single one? Or is he going to go for a starport? It's a starport. He's going to go for the Wraith defense. I assume the Wraith defense, or he is going to go for a tank drop. Maybe a firebat drop. Maybe a vulture drop. There's so many options, I simply can't give you a definitive answer here. Simply cannot give you a definitive answer. We got Dragoon range on the way there for 458, so he is expecting aggression from Gensay. He's not going straight into robotics. He's got robotics in the front there though, but he's not gonna follow that up with Zealot speed. So a Citadel of a Dune will be delayed. High Templars and Dark Templars will also be delayed. Got Starport number 2 there on the way. Is this gonna be the Wraith defense after all? Siege mode there coming up, tank there being produced, still only in a single command center, but he's getting 400 very soon, so we might just get another one right next to it to get a second command center to boost up the economy after, I'd say, about the 6-minute mark of the game. So the Marines there, dancing back and forth with a Zealot. Zealot try to get into the base, try to get information, but can't get in with a bunker with 4 Marines inside. The tank cannot actually leave the base. So it might not, it definitely is not an aggressive frontal choke push. Dragoons show themselves, moving out across the map. And he's pulling back. And he's pulling back. He might have thought about going for a counter-attack if Gensay went for a choke bust. Like Gensay often tries to break through that choke, but this time around, Gensay not breaking through chokes at all. Command center they're on the way. Getting dropship and a Wraith. Getting cloak for Wraiths as well. 2 tanks finished up. Gonna pick them up with the dropship when the dropship finishes up and fly across the map and go for the attack. Dragoons are on the top, not on the bottom. They're protecting this section from a tank drop, not the bottom side. But we've got triple cannon coming up on the bottom, double cannon coming up on the bottom side, which means a tank drop is still possible from this side, and pretty much everywhere. It doesn't matter where Gensay unloads, a tank drop will hit. It might kill, it might not. Only one way to find out is by following the dropship. 30 SCVs, 40 probes. 4 of 8 has it economically at the moment. Gensay really did delay his command center, his second one, by a lot. Turns around, Dragoon's on the scene, laughing. He's laughing. He knows that he read Gensay like an open book. But Gensay still has some other tricks up his sleeve, like this one, putting tanks on the high ground. And then behind, he kills it, because he had an observer to shoot across the hill. That was highly unexpected. So the tank there is stranded, nowhere left to go. It's gonna wait for its time to die. A couple of Dragoons are moving to the side. Other Dragoons moving to... He's looking for the tank. And he finds it. This little surprised eyebrow-raisy face. There's a shuttle in the base, and it's empty. There's nothing inside the shuttle. He just left with the shuttle, but didn't pick anything up. That is highly surprising, to say the least. So nothing happened there. Absolutely nothing happened there. So the Wraiths are there to defend against shuttle drops. Dragoons are moving to the sides to kill these structures or push them away from the sides to take away vision that Gensay needs to protect himself against drops. You can see it already here. Vision across the hill gives him this much more vision to protect against shuttle drops. Gives him more time to respond. An early warning system, as some would call it. So High Temple Arc up there is finished up. Gateway is slightly actually, it is not misplaced. It's aligned perfectly as it should be. It looks a little bit off-center, I don't know why, but it looks off-center to me. So more cannons going up to protect against tank drops. Dragoons all over the place to deny vision. The first drop has been delayed by a lot. Got more robots are coming in. Triple robo. Cannon there on the side. Cannons on the bottom. Cannons on the top. More gateways coming in as well. Cannon right here. This is a very important cannon. Because Gensay can unload a tank right here and hit the probes right from there to here and still kill those probes. So this is a very popular high-level tank drop spot. Very popular spot. That's why the cannon is right there. It's right there. It should have been right here, because now no Dragoons can spawn from this gateway, because the exit is blocked. But it serves its purpose nonetheless. Marines moving in the middle, gonna try to snipe the probe. Running for it, gunning for it, running right past, and he misses the mark. So that's not gonna happen. Perhaps just running out to get some vision for drop dodges, or maybe just vision in general to help him protect against those shuttle drops, which haven't happened yet. 4 of 8 really is taking his sweet time. Went for a third nexus, mining from 7 assimilators, Little Stargate already up on the map. Might get more... He's getting shield upgrade first, as he usually does. Not sure if I agree, but I do get the idea behind shield upgrade first, because both Shuttle, Zealot, and High Templar all benefit from a shield upgrade. And of course you want the shuttles to survive for as long as they can, same for the High Templar. He might prepare for carriers right here on this block with his 2 Stargates, but I do notice he's getting more gateways, so I do expect him to stay with the gateway approach. Gensay comes in with the raids to try and kill some shuttles, but the shuttles are already on the other side of the map, and the raids are away from home. He has some Marines here, some Marines, but this is a strong drop. Marines in between, flies in, stims in, unloads, Templar on the scene. Templar's too far away from the SCVs there though, and he storms and he misses one storm. Hill kills a lot of Marines, got one more storm left, but he decides to use storms because the SCVs are on the retreat. They ran away, too far away to storm when they're all the way here in the choke. Too far away to storm on them. So Gensay prepared himself quite well and defended himself really well, despite the raids being very far away from home. Very far away from home. Both players here are in good condition. Raids, once again, show up to kill shuttles, and they do kill 2, but the other shuttles that are going to kill SCVs are already here on the other side. We have 4 Zealots, 2 High Templars flying in. 1 Marine in between, not a whole lot to protect, but the SCVs run to safety very quickly, all of them within a split second. Nothing there to storm except some tanks. That's what he does, storm some tanks. Just storm anything, and it's better than storming on absolutely nothing. And the raids do return home to kill the Zealot there on the side. As V goes down, pays for this with his life. But the base is safe and sound. SV, your sacrifice will never ever be forgotten. Never. Just sticking with the Corsairs, I don't see... Oh, there's a fleet beacon on the bottom. And double Cyber Core, he might switch over into carriers. But look at this, Gensay is already moving across the map again and finds the shuttles right as they fly across. Unloads them by force, but only 3 Zealots get out, Templars are gone. Very aggressive Wraith play. He keeps finding this hole right here where there's no Dragoons or cannons to hit the Wraiths as they move out. Kills the Corsairs. Kills the shuttles that are spawning. Needs an observer right here, right now. And needs something that can shoot up into the air, which he doesn't have at the moment. So the Wraiths are just coming in, finding a nice little spot with no detection, and they kill the shuttles and the Corsairs and slow down the drops. Very, very annoying, but very, very, very great stuff from Gensay. Exactly what he has to do to buy himself even more time than he already has. He has not been harmed in 12 minutes so far. And the Raids are coming in for another tour. They're coming right back in, waiting for the shuttles to spawn. But he goes in a little bit too early. Finds the Corsair there though. Observer, please move right here. Just move in. Shuttles spawn and they redirect towards the cannons where they're safe, but they can't leave the base. So the Raids do make their escape because Cloak was running out. So he picks up some stuff in those shuttle drops and flies over the left side. Raids returning back home. We got a couple more turrets here, 2 more command centers are on the way. He's got 3 already finished up on 79 SCVs in total. Still has 4 gas remaining to fill out. Supply almost maxed out. He's got 6 factories and 4 starports, 2 still on the way. Some barracks there as well. He's going to lift them up very soon to open up some space in his base. He's got 1-1 on the tanks. We'll soon have level... Well, he just started 2-2 actually. Comes in there over the left side, storms on the SCVs and kills 7 of them. It's something, not much, but you know, it's honest work to kill at least a couple of them. Raids still flying all over the place, looking for shuttles, because shuttles keep flying over the left and the right. Got a Marine right here in the corner to provide vision for that SCV dodge that he keeps doing. He keeps running south. That's because he's got the Marine right there. Does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or something, and sends the SCVs away. Another big drop there on the right. Gensay is looking mighty strong indeed. Lost his raids. Follow attack happening, there's a lot of tanks. Drop from the right. SCVs run to safety. Gensay is not slipping up. Gensay is playing on point. Templars do unload, but they're too far away. But there's... Oh, the SCVs do all stay alive. And they return... Oh, no! He got tricked. Templars on the middle finish the job. Gensay loses all the SCVs on the minerals. And that is a very well executed drop. Gensay knew the SCVs would run to the middle, so he had some Templars here on the middle for 458, and 458 just stormed those SCVs to death and managed to finally deal some damage, not by being in the base, but by being just outside of the base with the right units at the right time. That is how you manipulate a Terran into sending their SCVs not to safety, but right into their early demise. Corsairs there on the right, taking away vision, but turrets are kind of hampering, kind of, being a pain in the butt. Got more Stargates coming out there for eventual carriers. Level 2 shield there finished up. Air is on 1-2-1. Mind control is on the way. Getting more gateways as well. Getting all of his ground upgrades. A little bit late, but he's getting them nonetheless. Level 1 attack, level 1 armor, and level 3 shields, all being researched. Got a big drop there coming from across the map. Raids in between, flying right into the scene. Course is there to defend against the drop ships. Gonna fly right in over the top side. There's a lot of cannons here on the scene. And he has some units there to defend himself as well. Templar moving back. And Gensay changes his mind and flies right back to his main base. Is not going for the drop. Instead, he's going to unload some tanks on the high ground just to kill those cannons. He's going to defend himself against the frontal mass attack. Course is coming in there from the side. More tanks needed on the high ground. 458's attack does not quite achieve any long-lasting damage. He does lose the units on the low ground, but mostly to his own tanks, killing his own tanks. Drop there comes out. Got Marine there on the scene. Is he going to unload something on the high ground here? He's trying to unload something. It's kind of difficult sometimes. Get some units here on the high ground. Tanks are going to die at some point. Now he's going to go for a drop, but the raids are coming in. But there's a cannon, but the cannons are unpowered. But Gensay doesn't know. Or just coming in there from the side. Shuttles arrive on the top corner. Going to fly right in. Scans. Shuttles coming in. Raids coming in to kill the shuttles. Kills 1, kills 2, kills number 3 and 4 as well. But number 5 might just unload and have Templars. Nope. Everything gets taken down. Beautifully defended by Gensay's very quick and smart play. So still only on 7 factories. He really needs more of those. Like, put some here, put some right there, and he should be fine. He's waiting for upgrades though at the moment. 2-2 finished up. Waiting for 3-3. 1-1 for air. 4-8 has 1-2-1 on the ground. Carriers are on the way. Because frontal attacks were not working. There's tanks on the high ground, a lot of tanks on the high ground. You could have used storms to kill them, but he believes in the carriers. And he also has to kill some probes because he's got 95 and needs about 75. So I do expect him to throw some probes into the meat grinder at some point. Also do note he's probably going to build a shield battery base here on the left. And Gensay, tired of waiting, knows the carriers are in production, starts pushing to clear the middle of the map before it becomes too difficult to do because the carriers would be slowing him down. So now he's striking right now. Some more factories coming out, 6 starboards, each with a control tower. Almost no protection in the back. Getting slowed down on the middle a little bit by 4-8 throwing away leftover zealots. Drop there on the top left to go in and try to slow down the economy again. I do think this one might work though. The raids are away from home. Flies in. SCVs running to safety. Raids are right there on the side, pretty far away. Gets a pretty decent set of storms. Kills about 10 SCVs. Killed 1-2 raids, but they do return to work. Archon gonna get taken down there by the raids very slowly. And the Zealots are still there on the scene. So nothing too serious happening to Gensay. Keeps most of his SCVs alive. Doesn't even have to produce any more of them, but he did produce another round. But he didn't have to, but he did. So cannons on the side that can be taken down by tanks slowly pushing across. Carriers are finished up. We've got 7 of them, and we got 2 more on the way. And a lot of Corsairs as well to kill the raids. Corsairs are great against raids. Does he have observers in the mix? I count only 2 of them. Might have to add 2 more, which he is. He's building 2 more observers to help detect the raids. It's important to keep those carriers alive. Big drop there coming from across the map. Carriers are flying away from the home base, so this might actually just do the trick. This might actually just do the trick because there's not much here remaining back at home to protect him from this big Wraith and tank drop. Double vessel on the scene. Flies in a lot of cannons here though. That's a lot of cannons, but the Wraiths are there to defend and protect against the cannons. Goes in, arrives on the scene right here next to the probes, next to the Nexus. EMPs on the Nexus. Is he gonna kill it though? Is he gonna? No, he's not. Doesn't kill it. But he killed the probes though, which is pretty big. But 458 has a lot of supply in the bank. A lot of money in the bank. But only 22 probes, but he got triple Nexus. He's still alive, still flying, still kicking. But he has to put these probes onto this mineral patch and think of his economy right about now. So we have more carriers coming to join the party. He will have 9 of them in total, with about 12 Corsairs in tow to protect against everything that's in the skies. He's got Wraiths on the way and some Valkyries, a lot of Goliaths in his base, and some tanks to protect against drops. They're unloading Templars and Zealots. No shield batteries here on the left yet. I thought I was going to build them, but he decided against it. I really think shield batteries would help him a ton, because that allows him to hit and run. Hit and run. Get shields back up, and hit and run, get the shields back up. But the tanks are going to try to kill these cannons on the side here. So now the attack happens. Attack is happening. Big drop here in the base. He's going for a huge supply attack from the top left and then from the front. But the front has some tanks on the high ground that are going to make it difficult. Carriers going straight for the command center. Command center, they're going to go down. Not getting repaired in time, but it's gonna cost him all of his carriers. Every single carrier, it cost him a lot of money. Gone, dead, and gone. And he's low in economy. So recovering this huge loss of investment might prove pretty difficult, and Gensay might just have time to now go for a decisive winning push. But look at this. We have 8 shuttles filled up with Zealots, Archons, and no High Templars. And a lot of Corsairs to kill Valkyries and Wraiths. Currently we have a lot of Valkyries in the air and Wraiths in the mix as well. That's 11 Valkyries and more are being built. We've got 5 Wraiths. Will this big drop survive? He scans the map but doesn't see the shuttles. Valkyries are there on the side waiting, just kicking back. Drop arrives in the base, unloads right on top of the SCVs. SCVs do run to safety just in time, but look at this army in the base, just killing everything that they find. Will this be enough to make Gensay kick the bucket, or is this counter push from Gensay gonna do the trick? Both players are gonna be pretty broke as the game goes on, because their economies are, I'd say they have a lot of minerals, but their worker counts keep, getting smaller and smaller. SCVs are in the front, the backside getting completely destroyed. SCV count went down to 49. He only has these SCVs hot heat that are still alive. He's still pushing across the map here though. 458 now 49 probes. Mining some gas again. Got a big Gaoi army gonna push over the front. Gonna meet this army of tanks on the middle, and he's gonna overrun it with storms and zealots. He's getting right on top of them. Goliaths trying to retreat. SCVs have nowhere left to run because the backside is under attack and the front side is under attack. His supply count dropped. It plummeted from maxed out to 116. He is in a lot of trouble. No tanks on the high ground. No tanks on the high ground. I repeat, no tanks on the high ground to save his hide. Gensay is gonna die right here, right now. Which means that the aftermath battle of the attack team battle actually results in just one win for both these players. One for Gensay, one for 458, and there's not going to be a third match, sadly. This is everything we've got for today. Everything we've got for today. So I do hope you enjoyed the games. I did. They were pretty fun to watch. And please do return next time when I upload something again on the fastest map. What else would I be uploading except fastest map games? Because this is what I do. It's what I always do. You know what to expect. An epic fastest map match coming to you soon. Very, very soon. And I'll be seeing you soon. Goodbye.